Hey y'all, my name is Jareen. I am an artist, illustrator, art teacher, entrepreneur, and so much more. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at It Was All a Jareen, and those links can be found in the description. Today we are going to be painting a cute picture of some tulips. Really simple and easy, and anybody can do it. So go ahead, pull up your favorite beverage, and let's get ready to paint. All right, y'all, so I got my setup. I got my different angle now. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure you have all the supplies and materials you need. So you are going to need your canvas. If you don't have a canvas, you can use paper. You can use crayons, okay, colored pencils, markers, your choice. But tonight, I'm gonna be using a canvas. You're gonna need some brushes and a cup of water, okay, to clean our brushes with. You're going to need a paper towel or a rag to dry your brushes. And of course, you are going to need your paint. So tonight, we're gonna be doing, some red tulips. However, you can use whichever colors you like, but in this case, we're gonna be doing red. So I have some red paint, I got some white paint, I've got some black paint, okay. For my leaves, I have some green paint. So I have a variety of greens. So I have like some dark greens, some light greens, medium greens, okay. Now, if you don't have a variety, it's okay, because you can mix colors too. All right, now I'll elaborate on that in just a second. And also for the background, we're gonna do like a little yellow and purple, okay? These are on the lighter side, so I don't really have to add any white to it, to make it lighter. Say if you have a deep purple and a deep yellow, you can add white to it to make it lighter, okay? Now, about that, you may also need something to mix paint colors on. So get yourself a paper plate real quick if you don't have that. So a paper plate so you can mix colors. I'm gonna be using this little paint tray that I have. As you can see, I did not clean it out real good. I gotta do a better job in that, but that's what I'm gonna be using to mix paint colors if I need to, okay. Let's see, what else? Oh, also, I got some blue. I got some blue paint. Okay, so that's that. That's it. That's that. So if you ran and got a paper plate, hopefully you bet right now. You bet by now. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So first step, we're gonna need our big brush because we are painting our entire background. I think the canvas size I'm using today is either 9 by 12 or 8 by 10. I don't remember. I'm not for sure. Typically I use 11 by 14 canvases, but tonight I'm doing a smaller size. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to get me some of this little light yellow that I have. Now, if you have a regular yellow hue, add a little bit of white to the yellow to make it lighter. Easy. Mix it on your plate. And I'm just going to paint my entire background. I started from the bottom. Okay. Ooh. Lord, let me move this out of the way before I make an accident. And y'all already know how I am about using all of the paint. So I opened up that yellow and it was some paint on the packaging there, and I want to use it all, because period. Okay. And now, and see, this don't even take that long. Nah, actually, you know what? See, here I go. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna add a little peach. This, well, coral K. I'm gonna add a little bit of that. So if you have orange, I know I didn't say that, but if you have orange, you can add, you know what? I'm gonna keep it simple. I ain't finna do that. I'm gonna keep it simple, y'all. We just gonna paint our whole background with this light colored yellow. I'm gonna keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. Alright, so I have my background completely painted. Now, something else that I typically like to do, you don't have to, but that's my personal preference, is I like to paint the sides of my canvas as well. So let's go ahead and paint those edges now. It doesn't take long. Just taking your big brush and painting the sides. And you can, so my canvas might be out of the camera for this part, but I promise you're not missing nothing. I'm just painting the sides of my canvas. That's it. As soon as I get done, it will be back in camera's view. See, and it didn't take us no time to do that. And acrylic paint typically dries pretty fast. Okay, and I just have my bottom, the bottom canvas part to paint. Let's see, and I'm almost done. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention too is make sure you're wearing something that you don't mind getting paint on or getting messy, because acrylic paint will stain. So make sure it's something that you are okay with getting dirty. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure we still in motion. Trying to get my lighting right, make sure y'all can see. It's kind of hard to see that yellow because of this bright light, but hopefully we won't have any issues. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. All right, so we are done with our big brush. We just needed that to paint our background. Now for the tulips. So I'm going to be using a small brush. So here's my brush. See? Okay. And we are going to be drawing our tulips. Now, we're going to be using simple letters to achieve it. So first, well, I'm going to use red. We're going to use our red, or whatever color that you are using to paint your tulips. So I got my red. Dip my brush in there, get me a little bit, because right now we're just kind of outlining, we're making our lines, so it's not hard. So just think of like a letter U. Well, first of all, let me make sure it's still a little wet. Make sure it's not too wet. So I'm gonna make a letter U, like so, with my brush. Okay, it's okay if it's not perfect. Okay, got my letter U. Then I'm gonna do another one. On the side over here. And I got 2 letter U shapes, and then I might even kind of bring it in a little bit more, kind of like a tulip. And then I'm going to make kind of like a smaller U, probably over here. Okay, so I have myself 3 kind of some U shapes there, and then they kind of get thin. They kind of get, those lines get a little bit closer together near the top, just like a tulip. Okay, got that? All right, so I'm done with that for now. So now what I want to do is I want to get a medium brush now. So this is kind of like my medium round brush. It's a little bit bigger than the brush I just used. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with pink. If you don't have pink, you make pink by mixing red and white together. So let's see. I'm gonna do it with y'all. I'm gonna show y'all how easy it is. And let's see. So I'm gonna get me some red. I got me a scoop of red on my brush. I'm gonna put it in my little mixing tray here. And if you don't have a mixing tray, hopefully you got a little paper plate. Then I'm gonna get me some white. I don't recommend going in to your white paint with other paint on your brush, because especially if you want to reuse it. So if you have another brush to spare, scoop you some white and then add it to the red, so that way you're not mixing colors in your white. Because as you can see, I put some black in there and I shouldn't have did that, but it's all good. We good. All right, and then I'm just going to mix that up together. Mix, mix, mix. So it's not really giving me that that pink that I want, so I need more white. So I'm gonna get that brush, scoop me out some more white. And let's do some more mixing. Okay, it's getting there slowly but surely. Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of getting there. I'm gonna put me some of that paint over here. And then I'm gonna get me some more white. I'm gonna scoop me some more white out of my white. Now that might be too much, to be honest, but I'm gonna put it in there anyway. And we're gonna mix, mix, mix. Okay, and as you can see, it's getting light. And the more you add white to it, it creates a tint and it gets even more light. You get a lighter pink as you keep going. So see, so I got kind of like 2 different shades here. I think I might do it a little bit more, one more good time, and then that's it. So I'm gonna give me some more white. Ooh. I'm gonna add it to this one. And then I'm gonna mix, mix, mix. Okay, so I kind of have 3 different tints of this pink here. Like this is light, this is real light, this is light, and you know, a little bit on the darker side. So I got 3 different shades. All right, so we good. So we're gonna go ahead and continue. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna paint inside these little U shapes here. And it's okay if you paint over that red. So see how nice and pretty that is. And then we're gonna repeat the same steps. Oh. Now I do kind of want to be careful, you know, to try to stay inside the line, but it's okay if you get outside of the line. Just kind of scoop that brush over and just kind of paint over it like so. All right, so that's cute. So we got one. I'm gonna do the same thing. For these 2 as well. Okay. And if your brush is kind of stiff, you know, you can add just a little bit of water. So for example, like my brush was a little stiff, and I just kind of, I dipped it in my water and then dragged it on the, I dipped it in my water and just kind of dragged it on the edge of the cup. So, because I don't want my brush to be saturated with water. And now it's, you know, easier to paint with. Okay. All right. Oops, and see, I just keep on getting outside the line, but it's okay. All right, so we got that. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, cause I think this pink might be a little too close to that. I don't think I added enough white to that, but let's see. I'm gonna get some of this middle pink that I made, and then just kind of, oh yeah, see, that's, it's still so close. But I'm just gonna take what I wanted to do was take some of that paint to kind of, we kind of giving it some definition now. So what I'm going to do, what we're going to do, I'm gonna take some of this pink right here, and then I'm just going to over here and see, even still, that's still a little, it's blending in a lot, but you can tell just a little bit that it's a little bit darker. And I just keep going up so high with this paint. I gotta be careful. Otherwise, I'll probably have to touch that up with some yellow. Y'all see how I kind of keep going up a little bit, but we still gonna do the best that we can. Okay, like so. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're gonna take some red. And I didn't clean my brush. And I didn't clean it. I got a little bit of red. And now I'm just gonna kind of go along the edge. Like so. And the colors are blending in, and that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Like that. And I'm just kind of painting along that red. And I like the way that's looking. And I'm just kind of making this type of stroke with my brush, kind of like just some little dash strokes. Okay. Let's see, I like that. I like the way that's looking so far. And then we're gonna get a little bit more red. I'm gonna do the same thing. This one over here. I'm just kind of painting along the edge of the tulip. And if you start to run out of red, just get you a little bit more. You don't need a lot. I'm just dipping just on the tip of my brush. And I haven't cleaned it. And I love the way that looks. See, I'm not even gonna blend that part in. Yeah, I like that. See, that's cute. See, I like that. All right, let's come on, do that one on this tulip the same way. Okay. And if you start to run out of red, like I said, you can get more. Now I think I'm gonna do a little bit more to that one because these kind of popping a little bit more than the one in the center. So I'm gonna add some more red. I'm just adding red now. And it's best to do it, you know, while the paint is still wet. And then I'm just dipping on the still, just dipping. I'm not saturating my brush in the red. I'm just kind of got it on the tip. And then I'm just kind of making some lines. I'm carefully, lightly, carefully. And then I'm just gonna continue to do that until I get the look that I like. Cause I like the way that looks. And I haven't cleaned my brush yet. I'm still using that brush, you know, with the pink on there. to be honest, this might be the most difficult part of the painting. You know, just trying not to do too much. You don't have to do too much, just very lightly. Just dipping my brush in the red, keeping it on the tip of it. Okay, so see how nice and pretty that's looking so far. Okay, and then I might, let me do a little bit more red. I might do just a little bit more. So I'll just, again, I still just dipping my brush. Using that red on the tip of my brush. And I'm just kind of using like a little, you know, quick strokes. Okay, cute. Oops. And it's okay if you get out of line a little bit, because you can always go back and touch it up, you know, near the end. Okay, so I think that's cute for right now. I might play around a little bit more with it near the end. And then, cause see, we're gonna go through with just a little bit of white. But I'm telling you, you have to be very careful when you're using black, because you use too much, that black will take over. Okay. Alright, so okay, I'm gonna leave that alone for right now. Now we're going to do the stems and the leaves. So we're going to be using a light green. So again, if you don't have a light green, what you can do is, if you have like regular green, just get your regular green and add some white. So think of it like this: you want to use about 25% green and then 75% white. Okay, but because I have some greens already, I'm gonna use what I have. This is more like a middle green, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna use my medium brush, so that means I need to clean it real good. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna get me some green here, and I'm just gonna start in the tulip in the center, and I'm just gonna make a little stem coming down, and then I'm gonna start at this one. I'm just making a little kind of like a curved line down and off the canvas. And same one over here. Okay. And then we're gonna add some leaves. So I'm gonna, okay. The way we're gonna do that is all you do, I'm gonna start over here, and I'm just gonna make a curved line to that stem, and then go back to the top of that stem and make a curved line down. And it's okay if it comes down and off the canvas like that. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Make myself a curved line. Okay. And then I'm gonna paint this in. And if you want to, you can paint it all the way, you know, on the side of the canvas, like, you know, paint it down on the side of the canvas if you want to. Okay, so this one has its leaves. I'm gonna add one over here. Kind of did the same thing like I did these, just kind of, they almost look like some rabbit ears. And then I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna do this one like this. See, I guess I want it to have the illusion that it may be coming in front of that stem. Uh-oh. We gonna see, cause we gonna see. I kind of made a little accident, but we gonna see. Let's see. It's all good. Because if this one's coming in front, that's all right. Okay. I want to have, I guess, the illusion that I have another stem coming off. So I'm gonna make like a little dot right there, and I'm gonna make a curved line to this stem right here in the center, and then I'm gonna make this look like it's going behind. Okay. So right now it's kind of looking all jumbled up, but it's gonna make sense in a minute once we start to add, you know, those darker greens. So now I'm gonna get an even more darker green, and I'm going to, I don't want to dip, like I'm not fixing to clean my brush right now, so because I don't want to dip that brush into this green paint, I'm gonna pour, ooh, that is too much, really don't need a lot. I'm gonna put some of that into my mixing tray. If you have a paper plate, put it in your paper plate, and then now I'm gonna just dip the tip of my brush. It's not clean, I didn't clean it. And then I'm just going to, kind of like we did with the tulips up there, just kind of paint the edge of it, because we kind of want to blend these colors in. So see that, how we just kind of blending it in. And see, I probably will go back with that lighter green that I just had to kind of go back over here. Matter of fact, let me do it now so you all can see. So let me pour a little bit into my mixing tray. I'll let you pour a little bit on your paper plate or mixing tray, whichever one you have. Now before I do that though, I'm gonna go ahead, since I still have some of that darker green on my brush, I'm gonna go ahead and do another one. See how far you can make that paint stretch. So see, this blended pretty good, but I'm gonna still add some light green to you know, make it stand out more. So I'm just kind of going through and just seeing how much of this paint that I can get off my brush for right now before I go back and get more. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna get a little bit of that light green, and then I'm just gonna kind of paint over that that darker green. Okay, and I like the way that's coming along. And I see this still had some more of that dark green in there. So I really wanna take some of that lighter green and just kind of come in with it. Ooh, and see, now I gotta clean my brush, because I don't think I clean my brush off as good, because some of that red is trying to come in. So let me clean my brush real good and dry it. Alright. Get some of that dark green, and I'm just gonna come back in. Get some. Now remember, I said this leaf was going to be over the stem of this rose, so I mean, excuse me, this tulip. Okay, get some of this light green. I got some light green, and I'm just kind of painting. All right, let me get a little bit of that darker green, and let's see, since this is behind, so for this little part, you really just got to kind of pay attention to what your leaves doing. You know, where you got them, where do you have them, how are they overlaying or overlapping each other. So bit of more green and hit this stem. And then I'm gonna hit this stem. And then hit this stem that's connected to this one. Remember, this leaf is kind of overlapping. And then just to blend it a little bit better, I'm gonna get a little bit of light green and just blend this stem in a little bit more. And I'm not gonna clean my brush. I'm just going to jump into the next stem. Okay, I need a little bit more light green for that. I need a little bit more light green for that. Light green. Okay, so, and I'm gonna make this look a little bit better. This leaf looking a little weird. Okay. Now this leaf is kind of getting lost over here. This one right here. So to fix that, you just kind of want to add a little bit more of that dark green to kind of make it stand out. And then I might even, I want to add a little bit of dark green kind of right behind it to make, you know, so it appears that it's being, you know, overlaying. Okay, so it's all about just kind of using those, your lights and darks, light and dark colors that are close to each other. Okay. Okay, so I like the way that's looking so far. I'm using some light green now to just kind of, you just kind of got to play with it and see what you like or don't like. So I just got me some light green and kind of made that look a little bit smoother. Yeah, this one too. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit more of that little dark green. And then I'm just, when I got that dark green, I just kind of dipped the tip. I didn't saturate it in the paint. Okay, I like that. Let's see what I got left on my brush here. Okay. Let's see. And I just dip. And I really like the way this looks. Then my piece of advice is, if you like it, leave it. You don't have to, don't keep doing too much. Okay. Okay. All right, so we actually are almost done. So let's see here. We're going to I'm trying to think if I want to do I think I want to do, let's see what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do, a little bit of black. Okay. Oh, and then what you could also do, before we move on to black, clean your brush real good. Clean your brush. Well, actually you didn't, yeah, clean it. Go ahead and clean it. And then what I'm gonna do is get a little bit of that yellow that I use for my background. I just dip the tip, and then you can also kind of just go in and just kind of blend it in a little bit. Just a little bit, not a lot. Okay, see? Just a little bit, not a lot. See, I didn't even dip it that time. I'm gonna go back with my little green here. Okay. Okay. Now, for kind of like the finishing touches, we're gonna use a little bit of black. Remember, we're gonna be real careful because we're not painting, we just kind of outlining it. So I'm using my medium brush, and I'm just getting a little bit of black on the tip of my brush, and I'm gonna be kind of using those little broken quick dash motion. We're gonna start on our tulip. Okay, I'm just going to kind of underneath the tulip, just kind of carefully outlining the bottom, and then I'm gonna make a little just kind of making some little and I'm gonna do the same thing for the large rose, and then I'm probably even gonna just on the tip, and see, it was actually some red that was still wet, and that's okay. That's okay if your paint is still a little bit wet. You see? Okay, dip the brush, and then I'm just gonna you can't mess it up. And I'm gonna come over here to this tulip and kind of do the same thing. Just kind of some quick strokes and motions near the bottom. Not getting a lot of paint. And just with some quick motions. Okay, and then we're gonna do kind of the same thing for our leaves. We kind of just going to just outline it. And I like my lines to be kind of solid, so I'm gonna go back over so I don't have like those colors peeking through. I want my lines to be solid. So I'm really liking the way that this is looking. Cute. It's cute. All right, let's see. Okay, now I think we almost are done. And then I think I might actually just make my stem black. I kind of like that. Okay, I like it. So I think what I might do is add just a little bit more red to these tulips. So I clean my brush real good and just got some red. And I'm just dip that red on the tip and just kind of coming through. I actually want to do, let me see. Okay, I don't want to do too much. I got some more pink left too. So I did a little bit more pink in there. And I like that. I'm gonna do that for the other side as well. Got me a little touch of red on my brush. So see, you can just kind of play around with it. Add some more of that pink. And just use those little stroke motions. Add a little bit more right here. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit to this one, a little bit pink. Adding some pink here. Kind of going in with a little bit of red. Okay, then I might go back in. Okay. And so now I'm just kind of adding some more red in there. I'm not really blending. I'm just kind of doing those little quick motions, those quick strokes. And then I think I might use a small brush. Where is it? Is this a small brush? I guess so. Yeah. And I'm gonna dip and just kind of go back in very carefully. Black can be overkill, so just keep that in mind. I'm just dipping the tip of my brush. Okay. And there you have it. So there are our tulips. You can add some extra details on there if you would like to. And the last thing that we have left to do is to make sure that we sign it. So I'm gonna take the smallest brush that I have, or if you have like a Sharpie of some sort, or an acrylic paint pen, those are always good, but I'm gonna sign it with my brush. So okay, and then you are done. All right, so thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you participated. If you did, please take pictures of your masterpieces, and I would like to see them. I'm gonna post the photo of the finished product very soon, and please post your pictures. Next paint event will be on Saturday. I know in the original flyer there was gonna be one for tomorrow, for Friday. However, I have an event that I have to go to that's gonna be really fun, and hopefully I'll get to document it and share it with you all. But so we're not gonna be painting tomorrow, but we will be painting Saturday, and that'll be the last live event for this week. And yeah, so I hope you guys had fun. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you Saturday. We're gonna be painting wine glasses. So I'm telling you now, go ahead, go to the Dollar Tree or, you know, Wally World, get yourself a wine glass, and we're going to be painting, and I will be sure to post those details tomorrow so you can make sure we have the right paint. All right, thank you for joining me. See you next time. Bye.